ladies. I'm glad y'all came to see me today. We're going to do the percent box like we were talking about last week. Remember we had a lesson on proportions, didn't we? I'd like to just kind of do a short little review on how to set up and do a proportion. Now proportions are what? We're comparing ratios, right? Okay. Up here I've got the XYZ company has 3 women managers for every 4 men managers. If XYZ has 28 men managers, how many women managers does it have? How do I set this up? Remember we've got that equal sign in between 2 ratios, right?
You put 3 over 4 and then n over 20.
So you're going to do 3 women for every 4 men, right?
Yeah.
And then what goes over here?
N over 28.
Oh, very good. N over 28, because the 4 and the 28 are both men, aren't they? Okay. Now what do I do?
You cross multiply.
All right. 3 times 28, right? This way. 28 times 3. You all do this with me, is that right? Okay. Then what do I do?
You divide that by 4.
I take my 84 and divide it by what's left in the problem, right? So it's telling me that I have how many women managers? 21. Very good. Okay, that's what we were doing with proportions, right? The percent box that we're going to do today follows a proportion in the box, all right? That's the way we're setting it up. So, but what we're going to do is proportions of percents. Because if I've got 28%, what proportion am I talking about? What kind of fraction is that going to bring up? 28% out of how many percent? Out of 100%, isn't it? So that's going to be the ratio on that side of the box, okay? Now the box itself has been alluded to as a magic box. If you know how to fill this box in, it's like a little machine. You just do the problem the exact same way every single time, and you're going to come up with the right answer. This is what the percent box looks like. Here's your copy. We've just put it in a box here, but notice how this is going to be a ratio, isn't it? And this is going to be a ratio. Now, over there we had the men on the bottom, didn't we? Well, the whole and the 100% is always going to correlate. The part and the percent we're talking about will always correlate, okay? A few little things that you can think of when you do use this box. The word is. If you've got a simple percent problem and you might say 12 is what percent of 48? Okay, the word is then goes with part. That 12 would be the part, wouldn't it? It kind of gives us a clue on where to put a number. The word of, notice I said of 48. The 48 was the whole. Most of the time if you've got a simple, direct percent question that's worded like that, then the is and the of, that gives you a clue on where to put anything. And of course this little percent symbol here always tells us, if that's by a number, will always tell us to put it in here, won't it? So that will help us fill in this box. Now what I'd like for you to be able to do at the end of this lesson is to find the part when the percent and the whole is given. I'd also like for you to be able to find the whole in a problem when the part and the percent's given. And I'd like for you to be able to find the percent if the part and the whole are given. So you're going to have 3 parts of this that are filled out. The 4th one's going to be easy to find, isn't it? We just have to know where to put what. Another word down here at the bottom is original. An original amount would normally go in here. Now, notice the O in original, notice the O in the of, and notice the O in the whole. Those all kind of go together. It can kind of remind you of what to put there. If we've got a problem that says the original cost of a sweater is $20 and you get 40% off today, well, we know that original and whole are going to be the same one, and that's the box we're going to put it in, okay? All right. So, first off, I'd like to give you these work pages. These will just kind of get you started. Making this percent box is very, very easy. But if you use this page for the first several you do, it kind of helps you, right? Then on the second page, you have to fill the stuff in yourself. So then after that, you just have to make the box yourself. But it'll get you started in the right direction. All right? So, what if I tell you what if I ask you to find, say, what is 7% of 21? Now, because I've told you some of the things to look for, where do I put those numbers in this box?
The 7 will go in the percent box.
The which one will?
The 7.
The 7 will go right here because look here, right? I'm going to put a 7 there. Okay? Where do I put the 21?
In the whole.
Okay, why?
Does it say of?
It says of, doesn't it? I don't want you to get completely dependent on the wording of that, but of 21. 21 is the whole in this case. Because I'm asking what is the percentage of the 7% of the whole right here. So what am I going to do now? Remember our proportions. We cross multiplied, didn't we? So what am I going to multiply together here?
21 and 7.
Right, I'm going to say 21 times 7. Then what am I going to do?
Divide that by 100.
Very good. 100 is the only thing left, isn't it? So I'm going to take 147, divide it by 100. This is not going to come out very even, is it? We're going to have to use our decimals. So I bring down this, I put a 4 here. It's going to be 1.47, right? So the part is 1.47. 7% of 21 is 1.47. Makes it pretty easy, doesn't it? Okay. Oops. All right, let's do something else here. Remember if I said about the simple questions that they ask. What if I say 12 is 40% of what? Where am I going to put the 12?
In the part box.
Very good. I'm going to put it in the part. It says that is by it, doesn't it? Where am I going to put the 40?
10%.
Very good. I'm going to put it in the percent. Now what do I multiply together?
The 112.
Very good. 12 times 100 is 1,200, isn't it? Now what do I do?
Divide 40.
Uh-huh. I take 40 and divide into it. So look at this. In that whole box, then I put 30. What I'm saying now, 12 is 40% of 30, right? All right. What if I ask you, all right, 6 is what percent of 300? Now I've got two numbers here, and I've got a mystery beside the percent box, don't I?